Hi and hello, and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Preeti Rao and I am both a real estate and a mortgage broker for close to 20 years. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the Landlord Tenancy Board and what you need to know about them in case you are in a situation where you have to go and deal with the Landlord Tenancy Board. But first, you know the drill. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, and tap that bell icon. It gets me motivated to keep you up to date with everything real estate. Now, the very first thing that I would tell you is to avoid the Landlord Tenancy Board at all costs. It takes a lot of time. It is very stressful, and the whole process is this whole ordeal. So always try to settle before the trial. See, the Landlord and Tenant Board has a mandate, and that mandate is to protect against unlawful evictions and unlawful rent increases. The board is similar in that way to a court-like setting, but disputes are now being heard online or via the telephone, and they can be worked out in mediation, or if you don't come up with a mutual agreement at the mediation, you will then have no choice but to go in front of an adjudicator. Now, disputes can be sought through the board from a landlord or by a tenant, and on the day of the hearing you do have the option of mediation, and I highly recommend mediation, because here you have some kind of an influence on the outcome of the matter. Now, you are not always going to get 100% of what you want, but maybe you will get around 70 to 75%, which is still great. Your matter will be heard by a board certified mediator who's a third party and is supposed to have a non-biased opinion or no opinion at all. They are there to ask you questions in order for the parties to reach the meeting of the minds. Now, not all disputes can be worked out in mediation. If your matter cannot be worked out, you will have no choice but to continue to have your matter heard in front of the adjudicator. So who is this adjudicator? Well, basically, the adjudicator is a board certified chairperson who will hear both sides of the story. Usually, they start with the person who put in the application first, and then they will move on to the other party. So the key here is to be extremely meticulous. Make sure to cross your T's and dot your I's, because any kind of mistake along the way, like fundamental mistakes in the paperwork or any wrong dates or mistakes with spellings, they can actually get your case kicked out. So in the event that the mediation fails, then please hire a professional paralegal who will properly represent your interest, because if you are not meticulous, it could cost you really hard. Now, parties are allowed to submit evidence to the board 7 days prior to the hearing, and they must submit it to the board and to the opposing party via email or through the Landlord Tenant Board portal. Any evidence that you wish to relate to the board must be submitted to the portal or the board and the opposing party. If you don't provide it in advance, then you're not going to be able to rely on it at the time of your hearing either. So document everything. Always paper trail your efforts. Avoid the whole he said, she said scenario. You should have proof and preferably written evidence backing your case through and through. The board will hear one side, they'll hear the other side, and then they will send out an order with the reasons for their decision. Usually this takes around 30 to 60 days, but nowadays the board has some delays, this will take longer. Remember to keep your expectations right when it comes to time and money. All these processes take a long time and also can be a costly ordeal, so be prepared. Lastly, always maintain your composition. I'm talking about your emotional composition. It can get a little heated when a landlord goes to the tribunal to attend the dispute with the tenant. There is always animosity and the frustration. Do not express that to the board. The key is to keep cool, maintain your composition, and have some kind of candor. Speak professionally. You want to make sure that you seem like you are a very put together person and you're not gone there to compete in a yelling match, because the tribunal does not want to deal with that drama. So remember to breathe and stay calm. If ever you are in this situation, note that the board always wants to see that they are giving the landlord and the tenant a chance. They want to keep people in their homes. So if you go in there with the problem, they will see if there has been a reasonable attempt to make things work. You want to be able to show the board that without any doubt you have done everything possible to give this relationship everything you have, basically to make it work. And once you have proved that to the board in a calm and composed manner, then all you have to do is manage that expectation and the outcomes appropriately. So if you have any questions or want clarifications, please don't hesitate to call me. And if you still don't know who I am, just go check my rating on Google and read my client reviews. Till then, take care. And if you found value or liked this video and would like to see more content, click on the boxes on the screen. Once again, my name is Preeti Rao. My contact information is in the description box below. Make sure to hit like, share, subscribe, and that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to call me because I hold the key that opens the door to your dream home.